Let's talk about depression. But what if we've been getting it completely wrong? What if the most dangerous thing about it isn't that it's illogical at all?
I mean, seriously, think about it. What if depression isn't just random noise in your head? What if it's actually a perfect logical argument, designed by your own mind to prove that you're worthless?
We all kind of assume depression is just this big wave of illogical sadness. But the reality, it's way more clever than that. It's a perfect argument that is almost impossible to beat with your own logic. And this brings us to a feeling I bet we all know pretty well. Trying to argue with a brick wall. Come on, you've done it. Either with a friend or, let's be real, with yourself. You lay out all the facts, all the evidence for why things are actually okay. You make this flawless, logical case for just being happy. And what happens? It just bounces right off. It feels exactly like hitting a brick wall. Your perfect, sound logic does absolutely nothing. But why? Well, it fails for a pretty surprising reason. You're not fighting bad logic. You're actually fighting a perfect logic trap. And here's the twist. The argument depression makes isn't flawed. Its reasoning is actually incredibly sound from start to finish. And that's what makes it so unbelievably dangerous. So let's give it a name. Let's call it depressive logic. Basically, it's a system of perfectly sound reasoning that's built on a foundation of quicksand. It takes a negative feeling and decides to treat it like a cold, hard fact. So here's how the trap gets built. Step 1, it starts with a simple feeling, like, I feel like a failure. Step 2, that feeling gets a promotion to a fact. I am a failure. Now, step 3, your brain becomes a detective, but a really biased one, hunting for any shred of evidence to support that fact. And finally, step 4, the case is closed. An airtight argument against yourself.
And once you're inside that logic prison, well, you're locked in a debate you just can't win.
It is literally you versus you. Your own mind becomes the perfect prosecutor, using flawless logic to prove your own worst fears. And guess what? It always, always wins. Okay, so what does this look like in the real world? It all kicks off with one sneaky question, a feeling that starts to take root. Am I a failure? Now the prosecutor, your brain, scans for any evidence, and aha, Exhibit A, I missed one deadline last month. It totally ignores the 100 other deadlines you met. It just needs one piece of data.
And from that one tiny piece of evidence, a logical conclusion is drawn. Well, unreliable people miss deadlines. I missed a deadline. Therefore, I am unreliable. You see, the logic itself, it's sound. It actually makes sense.
And that leads right to the final, crushing verdict, which just reinforces the original feeling. If I'm unreliable, then yep, I am a failure. Case closed. The loop is complete.
And you want to know the scary part? Your mind will run this exact program again and again and again. It always gets to the same conclusion, every single time.
Okay, so if this logic is so perfect, if the argument is so completely sound, how do you ever break free? What's the key?
And here is the single most important thing to get. Trying to fight this flawless logic with, you guessed it, more logic is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It is a battle you are absolutely guaranteed to lose.
Which leaves us with one final and really crucial question. If the logic itself isn't the problem, if logic is actually the bars of the prison, then what is the key?